So if you've already been to Waikīkī, you've hiked Diamond Head a whole bunch of times, you're looking for someplace in Oahu that's a little more up and coming, off the beaten tourist path, you'll definitely want to check out Kaka'ako. This neighborhood, it's just between Ala Moana and downtown Honolulu. It is famous for its street art, its trendy restaurants, and upscale breweries. Let's check it out. So this neighborhood used to be mostly industrial, and actually it still is. So you'll see a lot of warehouses, places that are having trucks, but the art in front of them is really neat. Here's Totoro! Totoro! Adult and kids will enjoy going around this neighborhood, specifically to take pictures in front of these murals. Look at that poser already. Strike a pose there, traveling princess. And you'll find shops in the most unusual areas right here. The Pow Wow General Store, an upscale clothing boutique, is right here down one of these industrial alleys. So if you would have driven through Kaka'ako a few years ago before all this art was here, you might have just kept on driving and not thought anything because everything was a boring, ugly warehouse. Well, with this new art on the wall, it makes it really neat to drive through. This neighborhood is still up and coming, so you might want to do this as a daytime visit and skip it at night. Or better yet, rent one of Honolulu's public bicycles and do it as a biking tour. Now, as you walk through Kaka'ako, you'll probably see some of the warehouse doors open. So if you wonder what's inside, well, this one looks a bit like a consignment, antique furniture. This is what most of these look like on the inside. So if you're looking for something to eat in Kaka'ako, there's a lot of options, but one of the most interesting is called Redfish Poke Bar by Foodland. It's a supermarket that has really good poke. Well, they do a couple signature poke bowls, $16 each. This one's the Rising Sun. It's served chirashi style. You get two choice of poke, and then they put avocado, egg, things like that on it, and masago. But if you're really hungry, and I'm really hungry, I got the Kanak Attack, which has some poke in it over here. This is the spicy tuna poke. It has lomi lomi salmon, it has Kahlua pig, and I had some ginger, and there's rice underneath all of it. And since it's Poke by Foodland, it's really good poke. And it's spicy too. If you just kind of want to go quick, they've got a to-go section. They've got sit-down too. We just did to-go. There's seats outside, so check it out. While you're here at the Redfish Poke, there's a whole complex called Salt, which has a lot of other shops and restaurants. This is also a good place to park in Kaka'ako as well. All right, so why is this plaza called Salt anyway? Well, this neighborhood, before it had all of these warehouses, murals, and condos, it was a salt farm. There were a whole ton of salt farmers here. The Hawaiians really valued it for the salt, so that's why this plaza is called Salt. If you're looking for something trendier to eat, here in the Central Park in Kaka'ako, we saw lunch trucks parked here on weekdays, and they definitely fit in with the vibe because they've got paintings just like the rest of the neighborhood. Now, the warehouses are slowly being replaced by high-rise condos. There's like a 20-year development plan for Kaka'ako, and there's gonna be a lot of people living here soon. To feed all these people living here, they need supermarkets. So there's actually a new Korean supermarket, H-Mart, that just opened last year. But notable inside H-Mart, on the second floor is a food hall. A lot of good Korean food in there, but in particular, there's also a location of Giovanni's shrimp truck, the famous shrimp truck from the North Shore. You can get it here in a food court without flies or roosters nearby, clean bathrooms. You don't have to wash your hands out of a hose. If you have no idea what I mean, then you haven't watched my video on Giovanni's shrimp truck. You'll find a link to that at the end of this video. And as a side note, if you've ever wondered how they wash the windows on those tall buildings, well, right here, these guys are washing those windows. They don't even have any platforms they're suspended from. They are literally just hanging from the top of that building. If you are looking for that off the beaten path place when you come to Oahu, definitely check out Kaka'ako. If you want to see more attractions off the beaten path, check out my playlist over here, actually, of all of my off the beaten path attractions. You'll also find the link in the description below. As usual, we won't say goodbye because we're going to see you in the next video.